Chase Dunn at Military Force.
First question's on topicality. On the first topicality, neither your definition or your violation specifies what is a positive incentive or a negative incentive. How do we make distinctions between the two?
Increase incentives for trade, you enforce regulations,
On
you
the
rescind
banking
bank
sector,
credit.
not on Mexico, we increase incentives for,
What do you increase incentives for?
we increase incentives for legal trade between the U.S.
Sounds
and
like you
Mexico.
put,
Neither
what?
your definition specifies the trade component. Where are you coming up with that from?
I don't know, economic engagement is a positive inducement. You just assert that the plan results in more legal trade. All you do is negative incentives
I don't
on
agree with that
a market,
characterization.
even if the market is illegal,
I just-
it's still
I
a
just-
negative
I
incentive.
don't understand where that characterization of trade is coming from, because all your definition does is define
It's not a matter of
economic
trade.
engagement as a positive incentive, doesn't mention trade or anything
Yeah,
else.
it's not a matter of trade, it's about the
What's the
incentives that you
status of
offer.
the advocacy?
Conditional.
Conditional?
It's not an advocacy,
Oh.
actually. It's not an alternative, just Jones Evans is a framing issue.
Okay,
Critical
okay, so
intellectual.
it's a framing issue,
Yeah.
okay. The Indo-Pakistan arguments discuss how if Pakistan collapsed would allow the U.S. to come in and do things like handle Afghan instability and terrorism. If the U.S. is able to have that, what is so distinct about a world where that happens that's distinct from the status quo? Like the U.S. could probably come in, obviously it's not working, what would Pakistan collapse change?
So the US is not coming in now because there is not something to justify that action.
Yeah. Syria is a great example of that.
There's so you're not going to defend that there's Afghani instability right now?
No, it's that the plan, that the war would resolve that. It hasn't reached a breaking point yet.
Okay. I guess the claims of aggression. So I want to talk about your framing argument. So I guess who is the critical intellectual in this round? Is it the people within the debate space? Is it the judge who resolves these definitions and acts like an intellectual? Okay, so the judge is a critical intellectual. How does that resolve things like the military fabricating threats or our personal aggression?
What do you mean by
being
military
projected onto
fabricating
countries?
threats? That's exactly like what we are critiquing, the idea of the military like creating these
Right, how
threats.
does
It's
that
the idea,
resolve those things though?
how does what resolve what?
How does the judge being an intellectual lead to pragmatic policies that allow for
It allows
things
for
like
pragmatic, so that's our map evidence. It talks specifically about how we need to recognize our, like the current, like your form of framing ignores our own role within that
I guess
aggression.
I'm missing the internal link between the judges, I guess, making some decisions
It's
about
not
that.
a question of solvency, like that would be like a reason that
Then
fiat
why does
not
it-
being real means that you don't
Right,
vote
so
act.
why does it matter then that we interrogate these things if it's not a
If
question
it's
of
not
solvency?
true, then that's a reason
Our
fiat should be voted down.
Helena call talks about how specifically those types of paranoid politics are lead to extinction because we think everyone is out to get us, and then we help
Right, but it's
become
not
more
a question of
aggressive.
solvency, which means we shouldn't evaluate that impact.
Is there a
scenario
question?
whether you're